Hey there, everyone. I am freshly home from Imaging USA 2023. I saw everything from artificial intelligence to Kodak film cameras and a wide range of things between there. Let's get into a quick recap of the event. So, for those of you who are not familiar with it, Imaging USA is the Professional Photographers of America annual conference and convention. Pre COVID, it would draw about 10,000 people a year. I have not seen the numbers on this year's event, but just based on my gut feel of crowd size, I think they probably got fairly close to that. Last year's event was a lot smaller. There was a big COVID spike going on at the time. But this year felt pretty normal compared to past years. So the PPA crowd is an interesting one. It definitely skews more towards traditional retail studio photographers, but I'm finding that crowd is getting more diverse every year. Sure, amongst the PPA crowd, and I'll throw myself in that, we do enjoy, showing off our awards and honors that we've earned over the years, but there's definitely, I feel like, an increased focus on the practical world of photography. And we see that right on the trade show floor. So I mentioned artificial intelligence. It was interesting to see this throughout the trade show floor, but specifically it was good seeing a couple companies that I've already talked about here there. I saw that Justin from Aftershoot was there doing a demo in his booth. They brought their big old inflatable unicorn with them. And I also got a chance to spend some time chatting with the folks from Imagine AI. Over on the left there, you see Scott Weidenkivitz, who's their community manager type person, doing a lot of marketing content for them. Scott's somebody who I've known online for about 10 years, 12 years at this point. And this was the first time we'd met in person. And I think that's a key factor with any of these sorts of events is it allows you to build and make those community connections with peer photographers, with vendors, with others. So it wasn't all high tech. Kodak was there with a booth talking about their film cameras. When's the last time you saw Kodak at a trade show talking about film? So that was pretty cool to see. The usual suspects were there as well, right? B&H had a presence. Godox was there, and we had a full booth of photographers checking out their lighting equipment. I feel like the trade show floor has come back to life, even though a lot of companies, are realizing we can certainly get the word out on the internet in between. The other theme I saw with a lot of these companies, especially the AI companies with their high tech, and just in conversations that I had with photographers throughout the event, is that we've reached a point now where quote unquote normal photographers are using things like AI software day to day. This is no longer a leading edge technology. This is the kind of thing where if you're not at least experimenting with it, you're probably starting to fall behind. Just in casual conversations, over happy hours with photographers, found out that, oh, this wedding photographer is using this software for AI powered culling, or this other photographer is using this other piece of software for AI powered image editing and retouching prior to showing the images to clients for selection. And so I'm going to keep talking about that kind of thing because it's something you really need to be looking into. I also had an interesting experience looking at the Fuji camera to cloud technology. They had a few folks there. And the short version of this is it's software on the Fuji cameras, and as soon as you snap a photo, it instantly sends that up to a cloud service where attendees at an event or another type of thing can instantly access that photo. They were running around with QR codes on their shirts so you could get the images, but this photo right here is one that one of the Fuji reps made with several of us that were enjoying an evening beverage. As soon as he snapped this photo, I was able to hit the QR code, go to a website, and download it, which is how that I got it here. So overall, the PPA crowd was solid. I feel like Imaging USA had a good return, back to a solid event, back at the Gaylord in Nashville, which is an interesting place on its own. Find an event, find a community that is right for you as a photographer. It might be Imaging USA and PPA. It might be WPPI. It might be another event, a smaller scale event in your area. But being able to go have those face-to-face connections with a community, is key. Sure, we've got YouTube, we have social media in the meantime, but maybe once a year or so, consider adding an in-person event into your photography events, activities, and the repertoire of what you do. I have a few follow-up things that are going to come out of some connections made at Imaging USA. So, not to spoil too many things, but if that Fuji camera to cloud interested you, if the artificial intelligence talk interested you, be sure to subscribe down below so that you can see those follow-ups when they come out, because I've got some interesting stuff to share. I'm going to be checking out some interesting gear, trying out some interesting software, and then I'll be bringing that to you to help you find success with it in your photography business. I should be back at you again soon. Until then, take care.